はい、皆さん、お元気ですか？日本語の会話へようこそ来てください。Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to Japanese conversation. Please listen well. There are a few things that I want to go over in this lesson, like, first of all, when you're learning to read and write Japanese, then you'll need to recognize that there are 3 different forms that you'll see these in. They are hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Like, there are differences between these though, like, hiragana and katakana, they all have all of the same sounds, except that they look different, and use them in different circumstances as well. Like, hiragana, these are the more curvy ones on the top, and they have more loops and stuff, and katakana is more blocky, as you see. Even if you don't know them all, it's not too hard to tell the difference. But, yeah, basically you can use them in different circumstances. Like hiragana, that is for like normal Japanese, where like if you say like tabemono, you would not hear that as say English word or Polish or Norwegian or whatever. That's not from those languages. But katakana used where it was not originally Japanese and they tried to integrate it into the language, like taxi or ice cream, like taxi, like a taxi cab, or ice cream, or like necktie. Those kind of things are for katakana. Also, if you were to learn to write your name and you don't have a Japanese name, you will always write it in katakana. Lastly, there is this thing called kanji. You may or may not have heard of it before, but these characters are also used in Chinese. What the thing is, each of these characters, like this is a character, this is a character, put them together, they say kanji. Like, how it works, each character, it like fits in like a box. So like if you see like that, like all of those, they individually mean one word, or it have several different meanings. Like kokoro, you can associate that with like emotion or heart, or like if you say dai or tai or something like daisuki or daigaku, that character dai is a very common one. Like, let's see, you would write it like this. Like this right here. That's dai or tai or oki, use that, and that it all means great or big. Like daigaku is like big school, big study, you know, like that's a college or university. Daisuki, ski is like, so you really like it or you love something. That's how it works. Like you put those together and they mean something together. Sometimes you might not always be able to guess what it is. Like, if you're not Japanese, then your mind not always work in the way that, like, it makes sense to you to put those two together, and then it makes this certain word. But a lot of them really do make a lot of sense. So, you need to recognize all of those 3 from each other when you're learning Japanese. Hiragana and katakana, they have 46 characters each, but if you look at my website, it's freewebs.com/dokkan. Then you can see, like, I'm putting up lessons on there, but there's also these charts that I have on them, or else you could just like search these on Wikipedia, and they have tables of, like, you can see tables of hiragana and tables of katakana and stuff like that. But if you take it like maybe like 3 to 5 a week, it can go really fast and you can still remember it really well. I suggest practicing writing them as well as recognizing them, so that your proficiency is higher and, you know, your handwriting won't be as sloppy. When you're really little, you know, like in kindergarten, if you look back and compare that to what your handwriting is now, it's really different. Your handwriting has improved a lot. So if you want it to be more readily understood, then it's better if it's neater, you know. That works in any language that you're talking about. But those are things, those are the main things to recognize. Also, particles are really important. Like, it's important. See, it's really important. In particles, they are connecting words, and you connect them to words that you want to describe more about it. I also have that on my website, and I will probably go into that more later, but you have a word, and then after that comes the particle. Yeah, like, there's so many different ways I can describe that. Like, there's particles for location, there's topic ones to put emphasis, and recognizing that there's an action or tools. There's like everything that you're gonna need to any use for, then you'll be able to use them, but there's just enough where it doesn't get too overwhelming. You know, if you take them a step at a time, it should work out. But yeah, I guess that's all that you really need to know for now, except also that when you're learning Japanese, it's not only about the language. There is the culture, so you need to know when you need to use certain words. It helps if you talk with someone who has studied this for a long time, who can explain it in a simple way. I haven't studied it for like a really long time, but I am Japanese, so like, I don't know, I can put some input on it. There are some things though I just need to ask my teacher for help, though, you know, we all need that sometimes, but that's something you always need to remember to incorporate. Like, if you're talking about something that's a sensitive topic, you need to know that it's a sensitive topic, like something major in history happened, or like what the Edo period is, or anything like that. Like, you don't have to go like into every single little detail, but know the major stuff for sure, and like how people treat each other. There's a lot of respect in Japan, so just always keep that in mind. Like, use the honorifics and stuff if you ever heard of those, like san-chan, you say like ne-chan or whatever, like endearment or whatever. San is for respect, you know. Kun is just, you know, used on guys your age, maybe a little bit younger. There's some honorifics, not a whole ton, but enough where it works also. Same with like particles, it's just that amount. But if you know those, at least like san and san, what they mean. Sama is like great respect, like you really feel like you owe them something. Although it's like, take notes if you need to as well. It might end up helping you, because there's a lot to learn if you're a beginner and watching this video. But I hope this has helped you. If you have any questions, be sure to comment, and also rate if you want to. It doesn't really matter a whole lot to me if you rate, but for anybody who has any questions or comments or wants me to post a video about something else concerning Japanese lessons or culture or anything, then let me know. Yeah, I'll try to be of service. Thank you. じゃあね。